This is Terror Talk with Michael B, and I'm your host, Michael B. Today we're going to talk about something that I didn't have planned as a podcast, but it happened, and I'm going to talk about it. I did a ceremony of magic mushrooms, not something new to me. I've done it before. I do anywhere from micro doses to like 2 grams. I've never gone over that. I've never really needed to. I got off prescription medications. I mean, it's helped so much that it's something I do on a regular basis. I follow all the suggestions of how to do it correctly, not to overdo it, stuff like that, and I never have an issue. I've had a few progressions along the way where I've taken the dose, something's happened while I was under, and things changed the next day. Basically how I've manifested everything that I have. I use that ceremony to set an intention, to set my brain to what I want, and then I just follow that and I get it. The other night, turned out that I had the house to myself, saw it as a great opportunity to do a shroom ceremony. I decided to take 2 grams, not the highest. I mean, if you've taken them before, probably somewhere around what you've messed with. Before I did the ceremony, I set the intention to unlock a higher version of myself so that I could produce my manifestations quicker. I felt like I know what I'm doing, but I'm also very calm and patient, that I may have been okay with things taking longer because I was okay with waiting. So I wanted to do a ceremony and basically bring me closer to all the things that are literally right at the edge of my grasp. I'm just waiting for so many calls, or this one little thing sets off a motion of a completely different life. I set the intention, I take the shrooms. Within about 30 minutes, I start to feel them. I know it's coming. I'm watching the time, about an hour. We get over that hour, and now I start feeling it in my body differently than I ever have before. Normally, I'll feel heavy, like a buzz in the body, and then I guess when the DMT hits and the body pushes it up to the third eye, the pineal gland, you feel a throbbing in your forehead, and that's usually when vision's traveling, depending on you and what you do when you do your ceremony, that's when it starts happening. Normally at that point, I will close my eyes and I will leave my body attached by, I want to call it a soul string. I'm not in my body. If I think about trying to move or scratch my face, there's no response. Sometimes I can't even open my eyes. I'm literally stuck out there. I will travel, I will see things that are about to happen. I may see things for other people. I travel to past lives, which Heather has referred to that as past life regression. It's just happened. I've seen things. This time was different. I started to feel it coming on, and then it felt like the worst possible experience you could ever. Now, mind you, my mindset is always 100% positive. I'm always happy. I never think of bad things. I choose to live happy and positive. So to have a bad trip doesn't make any sense. I have 0 bad thoughts, intentions, anything inside my mind. It starts hitting my body. My heart's pounding. It's racing. The vein in my forehead was bulging out. And I honestly thought I was dying. I thought I was starting to have a heart attack. I didn't know what to do. I tried to remain calm. I sat there, and it just got worse and worse and worse. It got so bad that I was ready to leave. I made peace with everything. I was ready for the next step of the journey, and I sat there waiting to just leave my body. It was that, the feeling was that bad inside. The next thing I remember my body, I thought I had a heart attack and died. I literally, in my mind, I had a heart attack or was having a heart attack, and I was leaving. I was leaving my body, and that was the end of it. And then this is where it gets crazy. A new me arrived. It's not the same person. I'm not the same person as before. I feel completely different. I have different mindset of things I need to get done. But I remember coming into my body and it was heart racing and pounding, and it was, ears were like, the heart rate was so strong that I could feel the pressure in my ears. It was just going like as my heart beat. It was bad. No, I never thought to call an ambulance, because if it's my time, I'm going. That's just how we do this. Next thing I remember, this version of me was now present in this body, and it was in distress. And I remember sitting there with my eyes closed, heart racing, 140, 50 beats a minute, pounding, veins popping. And I remember just saying out loud, calm down, calm down. I'm here now. Everything's okay. Calm down. Don't know what that meant. I'm here now. I started to get the body to calm down. The heart rate went back to normal. Everything started to feel normal. And then I realized I'm not the soul, or whatever you want to refer to it as, that was originally in this body. I have all the memories. I know everything. I know people. But when I meet somebody that I've known, the old Mike has known, it's a new experience to me. It's like I have impressions of what I should know everything should be. Then when I meet or talk to somebody, I'm experiencing them for the first time, which is mind-blowing, because I'm not. Even my own father, who I've known my entire life, when I talked to him the next day, it was like I was meeting him for the first time, and he didn't know it. Kind of like I switched places. The way I've described it, it's kind of like there was a tag team event happened where I had reached as far as I could go, and to get to the next level, another awareness, another part of my consciousness switched with me. So like came down, was like, I got it, you go. The other theory that I have, and I have a million different ones that cannot be proven or unproven by science, so I have them. In that reality, I died. Somewhere, I believe in parallel universes, infinite parallel universes. So out there are infinite number of mics doing infinite number of things. Everything's possible because it's infinite. So right now there's a mic that twisted his head off and threw it at the camera, because it's infinite possibilities, means it goes on forever, so it means everything is possible. Maybe I had that heart attack. Maybe when I was saying it was okay to myself and the other, whatever was going on, maybe I was passing. There may be a reality where my girlfriend comes home or my father comes by and finds me dead. It's very possible. My soul, my awareness, my consciousness could have transferred to a parallel universe and took over this. I've looked for similarities. I wanted to see if I look the same. I've taken pictures, I've compared. Where we're at now, I basically feel like I've been on this experience, this planet, whatever I'm doing, for 2 days. I came with all the memories of everything that I know, but physically I'm experiencing it, but physically I'm experiencing it all for the first time. It's very hard to just be. Normally, you don't think about your life yourself. You just do things. You go here, you do this, you get your phone. I'm literally sitting here like, what am I here for? When I came into the body, I was having a full-fledged conversation with someone, something out there. I was told reasons why I was here. I don't see why the previous version of me couldn't have done these things. I feel that I could have. But apparently there's a reason that a higher version of myself has taken over. I don't. One thing I looked up was ego death. I've heard a lot of people talk about they take DMT or shrooms or any of those things that cause you to have an experience. And if you have a deep enough experience with enough medication, you can have an ego death. I've had ceremonies before where I saw myself in like an infinite space and I slowly shrunk down to this tiny, irrelevant nothing. And I remember looking, saying like, wow, I really am nothing in this big picture. Like, that was what I thought was my ego death. This felt like a real death and a new version of me taking over. If that's what an ego death is, then I had an ego death, and here I am. But I've noticed changes since that day, changes that really shouldn't have occurred. I talk differently. I text differently. I used to always walk around happy and smiling and literally just joyous all the time. And now I feel more serious. I have no anger, I have no hate, I'm full of love, I'm happy. But I used to project the happiness, whereas now I feel like I'm on a mission and I just have things to do. I don't want to be that way, I want to be happy. So I'm fighting to bring back some of the things that I can remember from the old version into this version. What really happened? I don't know. I'm completely different. I'm motivated. I know things are coming and I'm prepared for them. I just don't know. I've talked to Heather. You may have seen her from some of the other videos. She's my medium. She's the one that actually helped me start this journey with Hape and different types of meditation. She thinks it's the greatest thing in the world. She was sad to lose old Mike, like a funeral. She was literally sad. But she thinks this is the most amazing thing. She's full of questions. One of the things I use Heather for, I don't use her, one of the things Heather does for me is, since my mom passed, Heather's a medium. Heather and my mother are like this. She can call upon her anytime, guidance, even when I'm not around. My mother's helping her with her readings. Fantastic, I love it. I've been asking her to see if she could get a message that may just help me understand what's going on. When you listen to this or when you watch this, you're probably trying to imagine, oh, I come in my body and I feel different and that'd be great. It's not. It's not. I sit here right now in a studio that I built with my hands, with my friend. Everything in here was built by me, painted by me, put together by me. I know that, but as I sit here, I feel like someone else did it, but I just know about it. I know everything that was done, but I didn't do it. I'm here now in it, and everything's familiar, but I didn't build it. So what I'm trying to explain is, it literally feels like this is my avatar, my human vessel, whatever you want to call it. I was inside as consciousness, soul, whatever you believe in. And then I did that meditation experience. That version got ripped out and they took a new version and stuck me in here, but I'm aware of it. I don't know how else to describe it. It's not like a change in perception where I woke up and said, you know, I'm going to be happier today, or I'm going to be... No, everything is different. People in my lives when I approach them, usually you have memories, you have feelings, you know things. That's how we live. We use our brain uses our past memories to help us with the future. I have nothing. I walk up to them and I look at them and it's brand new. That's not a bad thing. I'm very quick to forgive people if they have an issue with me. If we get into something, I don't get angry. I don't get mad. I don't seek revenge. You live your life, I'll live mine. I live mine happy and grateful. If you want to live yours mean or angry or any of that, you keep it with you, because I'm not going to fall for it. I don't give anyone the permission to change my mood. I wake up, I meditate, and I'm happy. And I stay happy throughout the entire day, regardless of anyone's mood, anyone I encounter. Somebody wants to jump out of my car and scream and try to fight and road rage, I laugh at them. I'll get out of the situation by laughing at them or whatever I have to do. And my mood will never change. I no longer allow that. This is what I've accomplished from a couple of years of the meditating and doing these ceremonies. Again, this is not my first time taking shrooms. I do this and that amount weekly. It's been a learning experience. It's helped me come so far in my journey. This time, it was just different. And now I sit here, literally the only way to describe it again is I just came here. I have all the memories of the previous version of me. I know everyone, I know things, they're all there, but they're there in a way that I haven't experienced them. I just have the memory. I remember when I first came through, when everything started to go away and now it was me and I was kind of confused, I was instantly hungry. One of the things that has happened since I meditated is I don't get hungry. I eat when I want to eat. I don't have cravings. I could go days without eating. I won't even get a hunger pang. Nothing. As I came to, I got a little hungry and I said, okay, I must be hungry. So I made a tombstone pizza, frozen pizza. The first few bites of that pizza were as if I was experiencing pizza for the first time. I knew what pizza tastes like in my brain. I knew what to expect. But when I opened my mouth and bit, it was a flavor explosion in my mouth. A few hours later, I had another craving. I made waffles. Same thing. I've never eaten a waffle. I have memories of eating waffles all my life. I've tasted waffles for the first time the other day in this reality. You see how weird this is getting? I have to choose my audience, because if I just go run around telling people I know this, a van's gonna come and a bunch of white jackets are gonna take me off somewhere. You guys understand what I do, both on the paranormal side, the meditation side, and everything in between. Maybe you guys will understand a little bit. I'm hoping somebody can contact me and tell me they've had this and share their experience and what happened and how it progressed. What was the outcome? Did you stay this person? Is this consciousness here just to help through something and then it's going to go away? The questions are endless. So I decided that I should record it, because who knows what's going to happen the next time I do this. I may not remember this. I did record, apparently I recorded. The next day I did find a video on my phone of me that I self-recorded. I'm not sure the exact time, but it almost seems like a goodbye. I'm holding the phone and I'm basically saying, oh my God, I'm so filled with love. I can't explain it. And you could see in the video that I'm experiencing something way beyond what a human experiences. I'm literally like, oh my God. But the smile and the happiness, and I don't know why that's on my phone, because I don't really remember recording that. And I wonder if that was my way of saying goodbye to this new higher version of myself, And I recorded that to let myself know that I wasn't as in distress as my body. Because if you watch that video, you would never know that I was going through that. It's pure joy and love. This is what I'm working with. This is why I wanted to share it with you guys. If you've had, again, I had put out a book called The Awakening. I feel like that was a fake awakening and this is the real awakening. If you've had an awakening, if you've had an ego death, if you've experienced anything like this where you literally feel like you came into this body and you aren't the same person from before. When I say that, I don't mean like, oh, I used to be jealous and now I don't care. No. When you try to think back to yourself prior to the event, you're not there. Memories of you are there, but you're not those memories. I'm struggling to describe this the way it feels. It's very hard to come up with words to describe this. So I'm here now. I still have filming to do. I still have work to do. I have TV shows to work on. And I'm assuming that I'm now better or more well equipped to do these things, and that's why this happened. There's nothing bad about it. I don't feel bad in a way. I know I've mentioned that I felt like I was dying. Those were the sensations of that evening. It's a fresh start. It's amazing. I feel amazing. I feel like I'm a beacon, like a giant antenna, and all the things that I've wanted over these last years are now just swarming to me. The confidence is tenfold. I used to manifest and I would believe I would get those things, but there was always that, that little cloud around that's like, does this work? Or, things would always come, so I know it does work. This time, it's literally, if I could describe it in a way that I feel, it's like all the things that I chose to do, the career path that I chose, which is now starting to manifest itself in front of me. I feel like I did the manifesting, and now this version of Mike came down like, good job, I got it. So one of me was the one that built the base and started everything and got it all here. And now that it's here, I'm here to live it. It sounds crazy. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm sure you've seen me podcast before. I'm sure you can tell this one is different. I'm looking for words more than I normally do. It's also strange. I don't know if it's going to look different. Again, I have memories of setting up a podcast. I feel like this is my first one. So I'm going to continue to see what I can learn, see what I can feel, see if my psychic and mediumship abilities have increased at all. That was one of the things I always asked for during my sessions. I definitely have psychic abilities. Heather's been working with me on my mediumship, and I do well when I'm shrooming. Definitely tuned in. Normally, like on a regular day, if Heather will send me tests all the time, and she'll send me a house, do you feel anything? Or send me a closed door, do you know what's behind the door? Stuff like that. And normally during the day, I feel, or what I used to feel like happened, I would look at whatever the question was, and I would not trust myself so much that I would be like, no, I don't know. And then over the next half hour or so, once I start thinking about that or questioning myself, then answers would just come. So numerous times Heather has sent me something and I'll be like, I don't know, not right now. And then a half hour later, I'm sitting there typing a paragraph and she's like, yep, you got it all. So I know I can do it. Maybe this version of me has a stronger ability. Nothing has happened yet to make me believe like, oh, okay, this is why. Other than I can feel different. Again, I don't know how to explain it. I've tried my best. One other thing that happened since I came into this body, if you've watched me before, I do mention that when I go to sleep, I don't dream, I travel. I can control what I'm doing while I'm there. I can remember them. I have about 3 or 4 of the same realities, same house, same job, excuse me. And I go to them for brief periods. I still don't know if those are happening at the same time and I'm just transferring into another version of my consciousness. I do believe that if we're consciousness here, you could put pieces of it everywhere without them knowing each other, so that's a possibility. I constantly at a loss for words because I don't know the purpose of this shift. Every other time I've had an awakening or I've traveled or I take the shrooms or I do something, at the end of it or the next morning, I usually have an amazing understanding of what happened the night before. I'll wake up like, oh, that was me. I cleared that up. I've gotten the answers I needed. A lot of times if I'm not sure about something, I'll take the shrooms and then I'll offer the question and wait for a solution. And that always happens. This time, it's like you're on your own. You're here. You know you're here. Now figure it out. So I've been waiting for Heather to free up. I'm hoping she can try and connect me with my mother. Maybe I can feel something. I don't anticipate doing shrooms again for a while. I know I'm sitting here and I'm podcasting and I'm talking and I'm explaining this to you. I've been struggling with this. This is for someone who literally is in complete control of their life, always. I have memories of that, but now I'm here and I'm like, wait, what? That's not who there's no words for this. I'm going to continue to research. I'm going to continue to meditate. I'm going to continue to talk to my medium friends, my psychic friends. And I'm going to try and figure out exactly what happened, if I can. And I'll also update you on what's happened since then. I'm guessing that I've been like this for 2 days now. Nothing's happened yet. Once whatever's supposed to appear appears, I may say, I got it now. I get it. There are 2 things that I feel that are possibly happening. One is real good, one is real bad. Well, I mean, not real bad. It's not good news, but this could be in preparation for that. I don't know. So, if anybody's had a similar experience, please send me a message. I will get back to you immediately. I would love to hear someone else's story on this and see maybe what happened down the road. Did you figure it out? Do you still feel off? And yeah, that's it. So again, I wanted to share this with you guys. I appreciate you watching and listening. I know this one was a little off of my normal format as I'm trying to explain what I can't really explain. Stay tuned, watch for an update, and until next time, stay safe.